The most important item hidden inside the Monopoly boards was the Silk Map. Early in the war, MI9 tested materials such as paper, tissue, and rayon, but these proved unreliable. Paper tore easily, made noise when unfolded, and could easily be damaged by moisture, which made it unsuitable for prisoners traveling long distances. Silk provided a much more effective solution. It was strong, flexible, and silent when handled and resistant to water. A silk map could be folded into a very small space and be hidden easily inside clothing or personal belongings without damage, allowing prisoners to carry it safely during escape. These maps were printed with essential navigation details, including railways, roads, rivers, and national borders across Germany and occupied Europe. They also showed routes toward neutral countries such as Switzerland, Sweden, and Spain, where prisoners could escape German control and return to Allied territory. With reliable guidance, prisoners could plan their movement carefully and travel with direction instead of uncertainty. For many prisoners, this small piece of fabric became one of the most important tools for survival. Alongside the maps, the boards also contained small compasses. Escape attempts often took place at night to reduce the risk of detection, but darkness made navigation difficult and increased the risk of losing direction. These compasses provided reliable guidance and were designed to be compact and easy to conceal. Some were hidden inside the board, while others were disguised among game components. Despite their size, they allowed prisoners to maintain direction and follow the routes shown on their maps. With both a map and compass, prisoners could navigate with accuracy and avoid becoming lost in unfamiliar territory. Money was another critical part of the escape kits. Real German, Italian, and French banknotes were hidden among the Monopoly money, allowing them to pass unnoticed during inspections. Guards saw nothing more than part of the game, while prisoners who knew what to look for could recover and use the real currency. This money made travel and survival possible outside the camp. Prisoners could buy food, purchase train tickets, or pay for assistance when needed. Having local currency also allowed them to move through towns more naturally without drawing attention. Even small amounts could provide access to transportation or supplies that made escape possible. The boards also concealed small tools designed to overcome physical barriers. Miniature saw blades and metal files were hidden between the layers of the board, carefully placed to avoid detection. These tools allowed prisoners to weaken fences, cut through wire, or prepare escape routes over time. Because they were small, they had to be used slowly and carefully, often over weeks or months, to avoid raising suspicion. Each item inside the Monopoly board served a specific role. The map provided direction, the compass ensured accurate navigation, the currency supported survival beyond the camp, and the tools made escape physically possible. Together, they turned an ordinary board game into a complete escape kit. Not every Monopoly board contained escape tools, and prisoners could not risk opening every set they received. To solve this, MI9 created a hidden identification system using small printing details that appeared ordinary but carried specific meaning. One of the key signals was the placement of a small full stop after certain property names. A full stop after free parking indicated that the board contained a map of northern France and Germany. A full stop after Mayfair signaled a map of Scandinavia, while a full stop after Marylebone Station indicated a map of Italy. To guards, these marks looked like minor printing variations, something common in mass-produced games, and they were ignored completely. Another identifying feature involved the printed words "patent applied for." Standard Monopoly boards included this marking, but modern escape boards often removed or altered it. This provided an additional signal that trained prisoners could recognize without opening the board and risking suspicion. Before flying missions, selected RAF and USAAF aircrew were secretly briefed on these signals. They were trained to recognize the markings, so if they were captured and later received a Monopoly set, they would know how to identify the correct board. This ensured that escape tools reached the intended prisoners while keeping the operation hidden. The system worked because the boards appeared completely ordinary. Guards never dismantled them during inspections, allowing escape tools to enter prison camps hidden in plain sight. Once concealment was perfected, MI9 faced the challenge of distribution. Prisoners were allowed to receive parcels from charitable organizations, but MI9 avoided using Red Cross shipments since those deliveries were protected under international agreements and were essential for providing food and medical supplies. If escape tools were discovered inside them, the Germans could restrict or stop those deliveries entirely. Instead, MI9 created its own cover organizations. Groups such as the Prisoners' Leisure Hours Fund and the licensed Vittler Sports Association sent parcels containing books, clothing, and board games. The addresses used were carefully selected and difficult to trace, which helped protect the operation. When the parcels arrived, guards inspected them as part of routine procedure. Clothing and letters were examined carefully, but board games rarely received detailed inspection because they were seen as harmless entertainment. As a result, the modified Monopoly boards passed through without attracting suspicion. Once inside the camps, the games were distributed among prisoners. Those who recognized the signals carefully opened the boards and recognized the hidden contents, which were often passed to escape committees responsible for organizing escape attempts. The Silk Maps provided essential guidance. Prisoners studied them in secret, memorizing routes, railways, and borders before escape. With this knowledge, they could move across unfamiliar territory and navigate toward neutral countries such as Switzerland, Sweden, or Spain, where they could escape German control. The currency hidden inside the boards allowed prisoners to blend in with civilians. With local money, escapees could buy food, purchase tickets, or obtain assistance without drawing suspicion. This made it easier for them to travel through enemy territory without standing out. Compasses helped them maintain the correct direction, especially when traveling at night or through unfamiliar terrain. Files and saw blades allowed prisoners to weaken fences, cut through wire, or prepare escape routes gradually, giving them the ability to act when the right moment arrived. With these tools, many prisoners successfully escaped and made their way back to Allied territory. The exact number will never be known, but historical records confirm that thousands of Allied prisoners escaped during the war, and concealed escape aids played an important role in many of these attempts. The success of the operation depended on secrecy. Prisoners caught with escape tools faced severe punishment, including solitary confinement, interrogation, or transfer to stricter camps. These attempts were treated as serious threats, and those involved were closely monitored afterward. The civilians who helped manufacture the boards also faced risk. Workers at Waddington's took part in a classified operation that had to remain hidden. Only a small group knew the true purpose of their work, and maintaining secrecy was essential to protect both the operation and the prisoners it supported. Even with these tools, escape was never guaranteed. Many prisoners were recaptured before reaching safety. An escape required careful planning, patience, and courage. Despite the risks, the operation continued because it gave prisoners a real chance to escape captivity. After the war ended, the operation remained secret for many years. MI9's escape programs were classified, and prisoners were instructed to destroy the modified boards after removing the escape tools. This was done deliberately to protect the smuggling method. If guards discovered how the tools had been hidden and delivered, they would have stopped allowing board games into the camps, cutting off one of the safest supply routes. To prevent this, prisoners burned the boards, dismantled them, or hid the remains so no evidence could be traced back to the operation. Because of this, very few original escape boards survived. Only a small number were preserved, either kept secretly by former prisoners or recovered after the war. Today, a few of these modified Monopoly sets exist in museums, where their hidden compartments still show how maps, currency, and tools were concealed inside ordinary cardboard. Only later, when wartime records were declassified, did the full story become widely known. What appeared to be a simple board game had played a direct role in helping prisoners prepare for escape, using secrecy and creativity to move critical tools past enemy inspections. Today, Monopoly still sits on tables around the world, played for enjoyment, competition, and as a way to pass the time. But during the Second World War, the same board carried something far more serious. Hidden inside its cardboard layers were the tools that could help a prisoner escape captivity and begin the journey home. For the men who received those boards, it was never just a game. It was a way out. If this story stayed with you, support the channel by liking the video, sharing it, and subscribing for more true history.